Hello beautiful soul tribe. Today I wanted to do this video beneath the 12 Apostle Mountain, which you can see behind me. I'm at Camps Bay Beach, so you can hear some of the waves. And I wanted to talk a little bit into Ancient African Skywatchers as a documentary. When I met Dean Laprini, who is the main character in this documentary, apart from the actual sacred sites, I knew I wanted to make a film on him. I knew I wanted to take the knowledge that he has and that he's gained from being at these sites out into the world. And I felt this compulsion, this urge. And it took a while because when I first met him, I didn't feel I had the knowledge to be able to do that. And after making my first documentary and doing a lot of video, I knew that it was time and that this was the story I wanted to tell. And the same as Dean was compelled to work on these sites. He, as a young man, decided to give up his job and go and explore these sites that he was seeing in the landscape, these gateways where the sun shone through, the gateways in the landscape, and finding the sites on these power points and ley lines through these gateways where the sun shines through, particularly on equinox and solstice. So the sun comes through it in a very particular way to interact with these sacred sites in these power points. And he just was compelled to find them and drawn to find them, and his intuition grew as he worked with them. And like him, as I've worked with him, my intuition has grown, and my feeling of being at one with nature has grown. And following him for this film to these sites, especially at solstice and equinox, where they interact with the light and something happens, and being able to feel that experience, I had to share it. And then the question comes, like, who made these? And they haven't interacted with the sun for 21,000 years. They've always interacted with the stars and the moon, but they are particularly coming into alignment now after 21,000 years. Who put them there? Who had the technology to know that they were on these ley lines and power points and in exact spaces where they interact with the landscape and the solstice and equinox sun at sunrise or sunset at that particular time, which has come around a cycle to now, at this particular time in history. So what does it mean? What is this part of the cycle? And as all cycles, and I was talking about some snake mythology in my last video, it's almost like a rebirth. And it really feels like humanity is coming into a new cycle and a new rebirth at this time. And so it's so interesting that the sites at the tip of Africa, where so many different cultures have converged, and even their faces have been carved in the mountains around this Western Cape area that also connect with the solstice and equinox sun. For me, it feels like it's a remembrance of the different types of beings or people that were here. And so what is it all about, and how do we find out more about it? And that's what brings me to the next part of this film's journey. As a filmmaker, when I first started filming this documentary, I had an idea of what it was going to be and knew the direction I wanted to take it in. But also, when you're making a documentary, you take on a much more feminine way of making a film. The masculine way is to go, this is my goal, I'm going to do it, and you move through the obstacles to do it. And the feminine way which is I'm really being taught very strongly with this film, with this documentary, is to go, okay, this is my intention. Let me see what the story is. What is the story that's unfolding, and be open to that. And in each intention or goal, to move towards it with what feels right. What is the right next step? And as each goal is met, to open up into that celebration of reaching the goal and basking in the realization of that as the next one comes in. And that's a very feminine way of working with it. And so this next part of the journey, again, I have intentions for it. I am expecting to meet indigenous people that will add to the myth of what's come out of Africa, the ancient stories. What is Africa's spirituality, and are there any clues to who left these sacred sites? And then possibly, because I'm going on a tour with Dean and there'll be other people on this tour, to see some other stories. What are other people's experiences of these sites? And also to see if there's any clues left behind of who has left these sites, and what is the spirituality coming out of Africa, coming out of our roots as humanity now. So what was left behind from our roots, from what seems at least 70,000 years of interaction with symbolism, snake symbolism, the sun, the moon, the stars, and what does that mean for us now as humanity? And also as a filmmaker, still my ongoing journey with this film is really opening up to help because I'm an independent filmmaker, and it's been a scary journey for me financially, because I put a lot of time and effort into this willingly and then going, how am I going to survive? Putting my own resources into this, which is usually a no-no for filmmakers, and what am I going to do? How am I going to still be okay once I've spent all my resources? And for me, meditating on this, I realized how open I am to help from the spiritual realms, how I can open up to help and love, and from those spaces, from a higher source. But when it comes to asking for money, I feel I have a limiting belief around how am I going to take money from people, because it feels like if I take, it means I gain and they lose. And so intellectually that makes sense, but also if I think deeper into it, I know it's not true. But it is still something that I'm working on. And so I'm working on being open to anyone who has the means and wants to help. So here I am, open. If you'd love to contribute to this film, I'll put some links below financially. And otherwise, if you're connecting to my journey as a filmmaker or the content of the film, then please share it and subscribe to the channel. And just, thank you so much for listening.